Deep in the vast, empty desert of Nevada, there is a place shrouded in mystery. It's a place that, well, doesn't officially exist on most maps, a ghost hiding in plain sight under the scorching sun. This place is known to the world by a simple yet chilling name, Area 51. For decades it's been the subject of wild stories and whispers, a magnet for anyone who loves a good puzzle. What really happens behind the guarded fences and under the watchful eyes that scan the desert horizon? Is it a place where captured aliens are studied? Or is it something else entirely, maybe something connected to the most advanced technology on Earth? The questions are many, but the answers are few, locked away in the heart of the desert. The legend of Area 51 is a powerful one, growing with each passing year. It has captured the imagination of people all over the globe, from movie makers in Hollywood to curious kids staring at the stars. The very idea of a secret base is exciting. It suggests that there are things the world is not meant to know, truths hidden from everyday life. This secrecy is what makes Area 51 so famous. It's not just a military base, it's become a symbol of the unknown. The stories tell of strange lights darting across the night sky, of wreckage from another world, and of government agents who will do anything to keep the truth from getting out. These tales have turned a patch of desert into the most talked about secret place on the planet. Imagine driving for hours through a landscape that seems to go on forever. The road is long and lonely, surrounded by dry earth and spiky Joshua trees. Then you see them, warning signs. They tell you to turn back, that this is government property, and that deadly force is authorized against trespassers. These signs are the first real clue that you are getting close to something important, something the government wants to protect at all costs. The guards, often called camo dudes because of their camouflage uniforms, patrol the perimeter in white pickup trucks, making sure no one gets too close. They are the silent guardians of the secret. Their presence a constant reminder that this land is strictly off-limits to the public. This is not a place you can visit on a family vacation. There are no tours, no gift shops, and no friendly guides to tell you its history. Area 51 is designed to be invisible, to keep prying eyes away. The base itself is located inside a huge, restricted military area called the Nevada Test and Training Range. The security is so tight that even the air above the base is a no-fly zone for regular planes. Everything about Area 51 is designed to maintain one thing: absolute secrecy. This intense level of protection only adds to the mystery, making people wonder even more about what incredible secrets could possibly be hidden there, far from the rest of the world. If you were to look for Area 51 on an old map, you would probably find nothing at all. For many years it was a complete blank spot, a piece of the American landscape that was officially erased. The government did not want anyone to know it was there. Even today, on many public maps, the area is simply shown as a large, restricted space with no details. You might see the name of the nearby salt flat, Groom Lake, but the base itself is often missing. It's as if someone took a giant eraser and wiped it clean, hoping no one would ask any questions. This deliberate omission was the government's first line of defense in keeping its secrets safe from the public. The secrecy goes beyond paper maps. If you try to look at Area 51 using popular online map services, you'll notice something strange. While you can see satellite images of the base, the pictures are often old or not very clear compared to other places. You can make out runways, buildings, and hangars, but the fine details are missing. This is no accident. The government works with satellite companies to control what the public can see. They want to show just enough to prove something is there, but not enough to reveal any of its real secrets. This digital curtain is the modern-day version of the blank spot on the map, a way to hide in plain sight in the age of technology. So, where exactly is this mysterious place? Area 51 is located in the southern part of Nevada, about 83 miles north-northwest of the city of Las Vegas. Its most famous feature is the massive runway built on the dry bed of Groom Lake. This location was chosen for a reason: it's incredibly remote. The base is surrounded by miles and miles of harsh, unforgiving desert and rugged mountain ranges. This natural barrier makes it extremely difficult for anyone to sneak in or even get a good look from a distance. The nearest public viewpoint is a mountaintop called Tikaboo Peak, which is about 26 miles away and requires a difficult hike to reach. From Tikaboo Peak, with a powerful telescope, you can catch a glimpse of the base. You might see the silvery glint of buildings in the distance or the faint outline of the long runway. But even from this vantage point, Area 51 keeps its distance, remaining a hazy, distant puzzle. The vast empty space around it acts as a giant buffer zone, ensuring that its operations remain hidden from curious eyes. The choice of this isolated location was a masterstroke of secrecy. It allowed the government to test its most advanced and sensitive projects far from civilization, where the only witnesses were the desert creatures and the silent, watchful mountains that stand guard. The most famous stories about Area 51 aren't about planes or spies. They're about visitors from other worlds. For many people, the name Area 51 is synonymous with aliens and UFOs. These tales often begin with a famous event that happened in 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico. The story goes that a flying saucer crashed in the desert, and the government quickly recovered the wreckage and the bodies of its alien crew. According to the legend, all of this extraterrestrial material was secretly transported to the one place secure enough to study it: Area 51. This idea has become the cornerstone of UFO folklore, linking the Roswell crash directly to the secret base in Nevada. These stories paint a vivid picture of what might be happening inside the hidden hangars of Area 51. People imagine scientists in white lab coats carefully examining a crashed flying saucer, trying to understand its advanced technology. They picture captured aliens with big heads and large dark eyes being held in underground chambers. Some theories even claim that the government made a deal with these aliens, trading human knowledge for extraterrestrial technology. These ideas are exciting and have been the inspiration for countless books, TV shows, and movies. They turn Area 51 from a simple military base into a place where humanity's biggest secret is kept. One of the most important figures in the alien story of Area 51 is a man named Bob Lazar. In 1989, Lazar came forward with a shocking claim. He said he was a physicist who had worked at a secret facility near Area 51 called S4. His job, he claimed, was to reverse engineer the propulsion systems of captured alien spacecraft. Lazar described seeing several different types of flying saucers, and said they were powered by a strange element that could bend time and space. His story was incredibly detailed and captured the public's imagination like never before. He provided drawings of the alien craft and technical explanations that sounded believable to many people. Bob Lazar's claims divided people. Some saw him as a brave whistleblower telling the truth about a massive government cover-up. Others saw him as a fraud, pointing out that there were no records of him attending the universities he claimed to have graduated from. Whether you believe him or not, Bob Lazar's story cemented the connection between Area 51 and aliens in popular culture. He gave a face and a voice to the whispers that had been circulating for years. His tale provided a detailed narrative that UFO enthusiasts could latch onto, transforming the mystery of Area 51 into a full-blown alien conspiracy theory that continues to fascinate people to this day. Long before Bob Lazar's explosive claims, people living near the Nevada desert were reporting strange things in the sky. During the 1950s and 1960s, at the height of the Cold War, sightings of unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, became increasingly common in the region. Pilots, both military and civilian, would report seeing fast-moving, high-flying objects that looked like nothing they had ever encountered before. These objects could perform incredible maneuvers, changing direction instantly, and flying at speeds that were thought to be impossible at the time. The sightings were so frequent that the area around Area 51 became known as a UFO hotspot. Many of these reports described objects that were round or disc-shaped, shining with a bright, otherworldly light. They were often silent, gliding through the sky without the roar of a jet engine. To the people on the ground, these strange craft looked exactly like the flying saucers they had read about in science fiction stories and seen in movies. It was easy to believe that they were not from this world. The government usually dismissed these sightings as weather balloons, swamp gas, or tricks of the light. But for many witnesses, these explanations were not convincing. They were sure they had seen something extraordinary, something that defied conventional explanation. The connection between these sightings and Area 51 seemed obvious to many. The strange lights were always seen in the vicinity of the secret base. It was logical to assume that whatever people were seeing was coming from or going to that mysterious spot in the desert. This led to the popular theory that Area 51 was a base for alien spacecraft. Perhaps the government was test flying the captured Roswell saucer, or maybe alien ships were using the base as a secret landing strip. The idea took hold and grew stronger with each new sighting. The skies over Nevada became a stage for a drama that seemed to hint at a cosmic secret. However, there is another explanation for these flying saucers, one that is just as fascinating but has nothing to do with aliens. During the Cold War, Area 51 was the testing ground for America's most secret spy planes. These aircraft were designed to be unlike anything ever seen before. They had strange shapes, could fly higher and faster than any other plane, and were built with materials that could reflect sunlight in unusual ways. When people on the ground saw these top-secret prototypes streaking across the sky at dusk, their unfamiliar shapes and incredible performance could easily be mistaken for something out of this world. The flying saucers might have been man-made all along. The official story of Area 51, or at least the part the government has now admitted, is all about secret airplanes. The base was created in the mid-1950s for one primary purpose: to develop and test top-secret aircraft for the Central Intelligence Agency. The first major project to be based there was the U-2 spy plane. The U-2 was a revolutionary aircraft designed to fly at extremely high altitudes, over 70,000 feet, far above the reach of Soviet fighter jets and missiles. From this height, it could take detailed photographs of military sites deep inside enemy territory. Its long, glider-like wings and unusual appearance made it look very strange to anyone who saw it. When the U-2 began its test flights over Nevada, it was responsible for a huge number of UFO reports. Commercial airline pilots, flying much lower at around 20,000 feet, would see the silver U-2 high above them, reflecting the sun. To them, it looked like a fiery object hovering in the sky. They had no idea that a plane could fly that high, so they reported it as a UFO. The Air Force, knowing it was the secret U-2, had to come up with cover stories to protect the project. They would explain the sightings as weather phenomena, creating a pattern of secrecy that fueled public suspicion and, well, inadvertently, helped build the myth of Area 51. After the U-2 came an even more incredible aircraft, the A-12, which would later evolve into the famous SR-71 Blackbird. This was a spy plane that looked like it came from the future. It was built from titanium and painted black to help it absorb radar signals. It could fly at more than 3 times the speed of sound, faster than a rifle bullet, and at altitudes above 85,000 feet. During its test flights in the 1960s, the A-12 was a truly alien sight. Its strange, flat shape and mind-boggling speed would have been unbelievable to anyone who caught a glimpse of it. These test flights generated another wave of UFO reports around Area 51. The secrecy surrounding the A-12 and SR-71 programs was absolute. The existence of these planes was one of the biggest secrets of the Cold War. The government could not admit that they were testing such an advanced aircraft, so they continued to let people believe they were seeing UFOs. In a way, the alien stories provided the perfect cover. While people were looking to the stars for an explanation, the real secret was being developed right here on Earth. The engineers and pilots at Area 51 were pushing the boundaries of technology, creating flying machines that were decades ahead of their time, and in doing so, they created a legend. For most of its history, the United States government refused to even say the words Area 51. If you asked an official about it, you would get a blank stare or a firm no comment. The base's existence was considered a top-secret matter. This official policy of silence was a powerful tool. By refusing to acknowledge the base, the government made it seem even more mysterious. It created an information vacuum, a void that was quickly filled with speculation, rumors, and honestly, some pretty wild theories about aliens and captured spaceships. The silence was like a wall, and behind that wall, anything seemed possible. This denial continued for decades, a cornerstone of the base's security. This wall of silence finally started to crack in 2013. In response to a Freedom of Information Act request, the CIA officially acknowledged the existence of Area 51 for the first time. They released a declassified document that described the history of the U-2 and A-12 spy plane programs. The document included a map that clearly marked the location of the base at Groom Lake. For the first time, there was official confirmation. However, the government's statement was very limited. It only talked about the historical testing of spy planes, and said nothing about what the base is used for today. It also made no mention of aliens or UFOs. The government's admission was a big moment, but it did not solve the mystery. In fact, it created even more questions. If the base was just for testing old spy planes, why is it still so heavily guarded today? Why is the airspace above it still restricted? What projects are being developed there now? The official story only covered the past, leaving the present and future of Area 51 completely secret. This selective release of information is a common tactic used by intelligence agencies. They reveal a small, harmless part of the truth to satisfy public curiosity while keeping the really important secrets safely hidden from view. This strategy of partial disclosure keeps the legend alive. By admitting the base exists but keeping its current purpose a secret, the government ensures that speculation will continue. Critics argue that this level of secrecy is undemocratic, and that the public has a right to know what their government is doing, especially on American soil. Supporters of the government, however, argue that such secrecy is essential for national security. They believe that revealing the details of advanced military technology would give an advantage to America's enemies. And so, the debate continues, with the government maintaining its wall of silence around the modern-day activities at Area 51. The main reason for all the secrecy at Area 51 is simple: national security. The United States is in a constant technological race with other powerful countries around the world. To stay ahead, it needs to develop new weapons and new methods of spying that its rivals do not know about. Area 51 is the place where the most advanced and sensitive of these projects are born. It is a laboratory for the future of warfare and intelligence gathering. If the details of a new stealth bomber or a revolutionary surveillance drone were to leak out, it could put American soldiers and agents at risk and erase the country's military advantage. Think of it like a secret recipe for a world-famous soda. If the company told everyone the exact ingredients and measurements, other companies would copy it, and the original would lose its special value. In the same way, the technologies tested at Area 51 are the secret ingredients of American military power. These secrets include not just the design of the aircraft but also their weaknesses. Revealing how a stealth plane works would also reveal how to shoot it down. Therefore, the secrecy is not just about protecting the technology itself, it is about protecting the lives of the people who will one day use it. Another reason for the secrecy is to protect the methods used to create these technologies. The process of invention and testing is messy. It involves many failures before there is a success. Prototypes crash, experiments go wrong, and new ideas do not always work as planned. The government does not want its adversaries to know about these failures, as they could reveal weaknesses or clues about the direction of the research. By keeping the entire development process under wraps at a remote location like Area 51, they can experiment freely, fail in private, and only reveal the final successful product when it is ready. Finally, the secrecy also serves to protect the people who work at Area 51. The engineers, scientists, pilots, and support staff who contribute to these top-secret projects are a valuable national asset. Their identities and their knowledge must be protected from foreign spies who would love to learn what they know. The extreme security measures, the remote location, and the official denial are all part of a comprehensive plan to create a secure bubble where America's brightest minds can work on its biggest secrets without fear of being watched or compromised. The mystery of Area 51 is a byproduct of this necessary and intense focus on security. Even though the government has admitted that Area 51 is a real place used for testing aircraft, the mystery is far from over. The official explanation accounts for the past, but it says nothing about the present. What happens at Area 51 today? The U-2 and the SR-71 Blackbird have been retired for years. So what new secret projects are being hidden behind the mountains and the warning signs? This is the question that keeps the legend of Area 51 alive and well in the 21st century. The secrets of the past have been replaced by the secrets of today, ensuring the base remains a focus of intense public curiosity. Many experts believe that Area 51 is now the development center for the next generation of military technology. This could include things like hypersonic drones that can fly at 5 times the speed of sound, new types of stealth aircraft that are virtually invisible to all forms of detection, and advanced electronic warfare systems. There are also theories about directed energy weapons or laser guns and new forms of surveillance technology that seem like they belong in a science fiction movie. The base's long runway and huge hangars are perfect for building and testing these kinds of large-scale revolutionary projects in complete secrecy. The alien theories have not gone away either. For true believers, the government's admission about spy planes is just another cover story. They argue that revealing old aircraft programs is a clever way to distract the public from the real secret, the continued study of extraterrestrial technology. Some even suggest that the advanced human technology being tested there was actually inspired by or copied from alien designs. This idea, known as reverse engineering, remains a popular part of the Area 51 myth. The lack of any new information from official sources allows these theories to continue to grow and evolve. Ultimately, Area 51 today is a black box. We know it exists and we know what it was used for in the past, but what goes on inside it now is pure speculation. The security is as tight as ever, and strange lights are still occasionally reported in the skies above the Nevada desert. Is it a new secret drone, or is it something else? Without any new information, we are left to wonder. The base has become a modern myth, a blank screen onto which we can project our greatest hopes and fears about technology, government secrecy, and our place in the universe. The mystery continues because the secrets are still being kept. Why do we remain so fascinated with a patch of desert in Nevada? The answer lies in the power of a good secret. Humans are naturally curious creatures. We are driven by a deep-seated need to know, to understand, and to solve puzzles. When we are told that something is forbidden or off-limits, it does not make us lose interest. It makes us want to know about it even more. Area 51 is the ultimate forbidden knowledge. The government's high fences and stern warnings act like a giant "Do Not Open" sign on a mysterious box, and we cannot help but wonder what is inside. This basic human curiosity is the engine that drives the enduring legend of Area 51. Secrets also give us a sense of wonder and possibility. In a world that can sometimes feel ordinary and predictable, the idea that there are still great mysteries to be solved is exciting. The story of Area 51 reminds us that there might be incredible things happening just beyond our sight. It could be aliens, futuristic technology, or something we cannot even imagine. This sense of wonder is important. It encourages us to ask big questions, to dream about the future, and to challenge the limits of what we think is possible. Area 51 is more than just a place. It is a symbol of the vast, undiscovered frontiers that still exist in our world. The story of Area 51 also teaches us to be critical thinkers. It forces us to look at different kinds of evidence and decide for ourselves what to believe. On one side, you have official government documents and historical facts about spy planes. On the other side, you have eyewitness testimony, whistleblower claims, and intriguing but unproven theories about aliens. Learning about Area 51 means learning how to weigh these different sources of information. It encourages us to ask questions like, who is telling this story? And what is their motivation? It is a great exercise in separating fact from fiction and forming our own informed opinions. In the end, the truth about Area 51 might be less dramatic than the legends, or it might be even more incredible. But perhaps the real value of the place is not in the final answer, but in the questions it makes us ask. It sparks our imagination, fuels our curiosity, and reminds us that the world is full of secrets waiting to be discovered. As long as the gates remain locked, and the guards keep watch over the silent desert, Area 51 will continue to be one of the greatest mysteries of our time. And we, as curious explorers, will continue to look towards that blank spot on the map and wonder. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, share this video with fellow explorers, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure.